I'm Tina Marie J, and this is my channel, Tina Marie J. Can you accept yourself? Can you look in the mirror and truly accept the reflection that's staring back at you? Can you accept the person that you are? Can you accept the person you've become? Can you accept the person that you cannot change? This is a very important part of the process of healing from any spiritual trauma. I've been going through this where I've been learning how to accept certain things about myself, and don't ask me how I got to that point where I was able to do that, because I don't even know. I think for me, the thing was that when I left the cult, I had a really hard time accepting all of the things that I thought were gonna send me straight to hell. I was always told that I needed to change. I was having such a hard time changing. After leaving the cult, I realized I really need to accept who I am. I need to accept that some things I just can't change, and some things you don't have to change. If you're trying to change to become perfect, then maybe you need to change that thinking and not necessarily change who you are. Striving to be perfect for God is something that's impossible. It's a huge contradiction, because in church they teach us that we can't be perfect. No one is perfect except for God. But at the same time, many churches also try to put us in this box and mold us into perfection. So how can you be taught that you cannot be perfect because only God is perfect, while also being taught that you need to try to be perfect? This is where acceptance starts. When you leave a cult or when you leave religion, you have to learn how to accept who you are. You really have to just be honest and don't BS your way through it. You have to just look in the mirror and say, damn it, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is what I like. This is what I take guilty pleasures in. I'm an imperfect human being. I have flaws. I have things I need to change, but this is me. For me, changing the way I thought of myself was very difficult. But then one day I realized, and I was just like, you know what, Tina? What if it's all right to admit these things about yourself? What if it's all right to admit that you enjoy watching R-rated movies? You enjoy Bad Girls Club, which is on the Oxygen Network channel, which is a group of stupid females that fight all the time. What if it's okay to admit that sometimes you kind of want to curse, or you might use the word ass? What if it's okay to admit that sometimes you actually enjoy to drink? You want to go out there and you want to have fun. You want to do things that a lot of people in the church told you that you should not be doing. Don't get it wrong. Admitting these things doesn't mean it's necessarily okay to do all these things. But when you admit that there's certain things that you do enjoy doing, and you admit that you have certain flaws about you, then you're acknowledging certain things about yourself, and then it makes it easier to either change these things or to just work with these things. A lot of times we tend to think that if we lie to ourselves and sit in denial and say, no, I don't want to sin, I don't want to drink, I don't want to go out and have sex, no, I don't want to curse. When we lie to ourselves, knowing in the back of our mind we really do enjoy these things, or we do partake in these things, then what we're doing is we're feeding crap. It's bull crap. Just admit to yourself, I'm not perfect. I love God. I want to be a part of God's life, but I also like to use the word ass. I also like to masturbate. I also like porno. I also like to watch movies with half-naked men in them. The point is to say that you have to admit these things to yourself before you can actually change anything. When we're in the church, we don't admit these things to ourselves, therefore no changes occur. What we do is we sweep it under the rug, we try to mask it with a smile, and then in the back of our mind, we're just like, crap, I don't even feel like being in church today. Admit these things to yourself. When you admit those things to yourself, and you admit that you're feeling opposite from what you are told you're supposed to feel or you're supposed to do, then it makes it easier to accept that you're an imperfect human being. Therefore, you're not going to have such high standards for yourself. You don't set high standards for yourself because you know that you're not perfect and you know that you're not in a place at the moment to reach those standards. I'm gonna give you a warning right now. A lot of Christians will not like this advice I'm giving you because it is truth. Many Christians don't like to face the truth and don't like to acknowledge things, which is why they always use the word amen. I hate my job. I don't get paid anything. I just want to quit. But amen, amen. I have a job, amen. Freaking person, they just almost shot me off the road. But you know what? I have a car. I'm safe, amen. My boss is driving me crazy. He's not giving me enough hours and he treats me like a slave, amen. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with saying amen to everything and God bless for everything, because I do believe that gratitude is a very, very, very important thing to have. I personally wake up with gratitude every single day. I thank God and I thank the universe every single day. My point is that we tend to mask our true feelings and our true emotions so that we can look the part as the Christian, which is why when we do end up leaving organized religion or a cult, we tend to start to feel like complete crap. Because think of it this way, I was a part of the church for 7 years. I had myself at the highest peak standard, but I never quite met that standard. I always came right about to here. Probably not even the middle. I probably came like right about down here, to be honest with you. After leaving the church, I went from here to all the way below my standard, which is where I began to feel like crap about myself. This point right here is where you start to feel like you're not enough, you're not worthy, like you're not deserving of anything. This here is probably the lowest point you could feel about yourself. At this point is where you feel depressed and you get anxiety and you don't know what to do. But you being at this point is gonna lead you right back into all the turmoil that you just came out from. That's why it's very important that we have to accept and we have to acknowledge who we are and how we truly feel. So that way, whether you're a part of religion or you're not, you don't have any high standards for yourself because you know that you're never gonna reach the highest peak of those standards. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't have high standards. Of course we should have standards. But all I'm saying is you need to be careful not to set them so high to the point where you put pressure on yourself and you beat yourself up when you don't end up reaching those standards. What I want you guys to do is I want you to look in the mirror and to really see the reflection that's looking at you. Who is that person inside? No one can tell you who you are. No one can tell you how you feel. No one can tell you that your feelings are legitimate or not, or right or wrong. You feel what you feel. So at the end of the day, you're not really gonna have a solution to any of your problems by masking your true feelings. Get real with yourself. Be real with yourself. Be authentic. Just allow yourself to embrace it and to say, what the freaking hell? This is how I feel. This is who I am. I'm an imperfect human being and it is what it is. I want you to write down a list of the feelings and the things that you do that would be considered wrong, that you always felt you had to change when you were a part of any religious cult or any religion. Next, what I want you to do is I want you to write a check mark next to each list of things that you wrote. The check mark is just something that establishes that you understand and you agree. You're writing it off saying, I agree, this is how I feel. I agree, this is what I do. I agree, this is who I am. Next, what I want you to do is to say to yourself, I accept. Write the word accept next to each line. And lastly, when you're done with this list, I want you to really think about the things that you wrote and decide if it's things that you want to change or if it's things that you want to work with, and accept it. Right or wrong, accept it and learn how to work with these emotions and just work on not masking them anymore. So down below in the comment section, tell me what are the things that you would like to change, or what are the things that you were always told you had to change but you don't feel like changing. Join our new Facebook group, Beautiful Souls Spiritual Abuse Recovery. I'll have that in the link down below in the description box where you can click and you can join. Also, don't forget to check out the Monday's affirmations, which I did yesterday. Every Monday we'll be having Affirmations Monday, where I will have a list of affirmations for you guys to review and put positive messages into your minds. I have them down in the description box below the video, so be sure to click on that and let me know what you thought about it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the group, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.